And ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the Grand Center here at Averett University North Campus in beautiful Danville, Virginia. And excuse my voice cracking right there. I just did a game by myself a minute ago, so my voice is might be a little ragged going into this one, but we're going to get through it and we're going to have a good time. So I am former Assistant Sports Information Director Davin Wilson over here at Averett University. I will be on the ones and twos for tonight's game between the Marlins of Virginia Wesleyan and your Averett Cougars. Once again, I am former Assistant Sports Information Director Davin Wilson, and we're going to take a look here at the starting lineups for these two teams. First off, for the visiting Marlins, first off is going to be number 3, Mason Blaylock, the freshman guard out of Yorktown, Virginia. Then we're going to have Michaela Clark, the junior guard out of Richmond, Virginia. Then number 5, Gabriel Athey, the 5'6" freshman forward out of Fredericksburg. She will be backed up by number 22, Logan Carter, the senior out of Richmond. And then rounding out the starting 5 for Virginia Wesleyan is number 33, Grace Harriman. She is freshman forward out of High Point, North Carolina. So Harriman, excuse me. We are going to get these names right. Don't worry one bit about it. And Mason Blaylock, I think I pronounced her name right to start off, but we'll go again. Your head coach is Quintagia Lewis. She is assisted by Patrina Blow, Ramona Dominguez, Isaac Basie, Jayla Harris, and Niaja Caldwell. And now we're going to take a look here at the starting lineup for your Averett University Cougars. First off, number 0, freshman combo player, number 0, Jenkins Irvin out of Columbia, South Carolina. She will be backed up by number 2, sophomore guard Eliza Harris out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Coming in at the third spot is senior guard out of Manassas, Virginia, number 4, Talia Prosper. Then next up is redshirt freshman, number 12, Amori Kirkland. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Cougars is number 20, sophomore combo guard Skylar Jones out of Raleigh, North Carolina. The Cougars are coached by Desiree Driver in her 3rd season. She is assisted by Justice Baldwin and Tim Kurdish. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look here at the records. First off, Averett comes into this game 2-8, 1-3 in the ODAC. Meanwhile, Virginia Wesleyan comes in at 3-4, also 1-3 in the ODAC. The Cougars are coming off a 87-71 victory over Eastern Mennonite here at home, December 3rd. A solid win for the Cougars that snapped a 7-game losing streak. And we're going to take a look here now at some of the leaders here for the Cougars right now. Eliza Harris had team high 14 points and 8 rebounds against Eastern Mennonite. Talia Prosper had 10 points against Eastern Mennonite as well. You have Amore Kirkland, who had 6 against EMU. Brianna Sams had 4 points and 6 rebounds against Eastern Mennonite against the Royals. And then Skylar Jones had 8 points and 6 rebounds against the Royals as well. All right. And we're going to take a look here at the history between these two teams. Averett is 1-16 all time against the Marlins since the two teams began playing each other in 1984. Averett fell 54-44 in their last meeting. Meanwhile, the Cougars, as I mentioned, are coming off a 87-71 win over Eastern Mennonite Sunday. And Virginia Wesleyan is coming off a convincing 61-24 win over Mid-Atlantic Christian on Monday. So Averett University was voted 11th in the 2023-24 Old Dominion Athletic Conference preseason poll. And it's going to be a step up from 12th of last year. Meanwhile, Virginia Wesleyan was ranked number 13th, or predicted to finish 13th in the ODAC. So we've got a battle between two teams here who are both looking to establish some momentum, try to get some positive vibes, some positive juju going into the holiday season. We see here next up, Averett has the unenvious task of taking on Randolph-Macon on the 9th on the road at 2 p.m. in Ashland. So that is always a difficult trip for any team in any sport, as the Yellow Jackets pack a very big punch when it comes to their athletics. So once again, if you're just joining us, I'm former Assistant Sports Information Director Davin Wilson. I will be on the call for tonight's game between these two ODAC opponents, and we're hoping for a good one. Looking on paper, it should be a good one, but there's a reason games aren't played on paper, so we'll just hope that it's going to turn out the way that we think it's going to here. So first off, we've already gone through this, but for those just joining us, we will go through the starting lineup again. First off, for the visiting Marlins, got number 3, Mason Blaylock, the freshman guard out of Yorktown, Virginia. She's going to be backed up by number 4, Michaela Clark, the junior guard out of Richmond. Then you've got number 5, Gabrielle Athy, the freshman forward out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. She's going to be backed up by number 22, Logan Carter, the senior, 5'9" senior forward out of Richmond, Virginia. And then Grace Harriman, the freshman forward out of High Point, North Carolina, Bishop McInnes Catholic High School. And a fun note, one of Averett's men's players and a former standout here in Danville, Jameson Graves, also did his high school ball over at Bishop McInnes. The Marlins are coached by Contasia Lewis. She is backed up by Katrina Blow, Ramona Dominguez, Isaac Basie, Jayla Harris, and Asia Caldwell. So now the starting five for your Averett University Cougars. First off, number 0, Jenkins Irvin, the freshman combo guard out of Columbia. Then you've got number 2, Eliza Harris, the sophomore guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina. She is going to be backed up by number 4, Talia Prosper, the senior guard out of Manassas. Went to Miller School of Albemarle, very prestigious prep school, packs a lot of good athletics up there. Number 12, Amore Kirkland, the redshirt freshman guard out of nearby Fayetteville, North Carolina. And then number 20, Skylar Jones, the sophomore guard forward out of Raleigh. Cougars are coached by Desiree Driver in her 3rd season. She is assisted by Justice Baldwin and Tim Crodish. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much here for joining us on today's broadcast. I know you could have been a lot of places, but you decided to hang out here with us. You decided to park your dolls or your mouses or whatever here with us on Averett Sports Network, and we are extremely grateful and hope that you enjoy this game no matter who you are rooting for. And we hope to have a clean game, which with 2 programs like this, I don't expect anything less. So Averett is going to win the tip, starting things off. It's going to be number 12, Amore Kirkland. Kirkland is going to drop it off to Harris. Harris gets it over to number 20, Jones. Jones gets it over to number 4, Prosper. So from the corner, there's a shot, does not fall. That was number 20, Skylar Jones. Virginia Wesleyan with the rebound. Right now, number 3, Mason Blaylock with the ball. Doing what guards do, trying to set things up. She's going to get a bounce pass over to number 33, Grace Harriman. And we've got a foul whistled on the play. It's going to be Harris. That is going to be her first team. Trying to see who it is. Going to the line here. Her number is obstructed right now, not instructed, obstructed. And let's see, it looks like it's going to be number 5, Gabrielle Athy. She is going to knock down the first free throw to make it an early 1-0 game. See if she can go dose for dose. She does. Dose Potter dose for Athy, and it's 2-0. So Averett trying to get the ball back down quickly. He's going to get the ball over to number 20, Skylar Jones. Skylar Jones puts it up, does not get it to fall. Ball is going to go off of Averett. Virginia Wesleyan will get possession. Athy on the inbound. She's going to get it over to number 3, Blaylock. Blaylock gets it over to number 4, Clark. Clark with the ball. She's going to get it over to Blaylock. Blaylock trying to set something up here. He's going to get it over to number 33, Harriman. Harriman gets it over to number 5, Athey. There's a long ball attempt from number 4, Clark. Does not fall. Averett comes down with the board. Ball is stripped by number 33, Harriman. And there's number 3, Blaylock. Blaylock will kick it back out to number 4, Clark. Clark gets it over back to Blaylock. And the ball is going to go out of bounds. Virginia Wesleyan will keep possession. It's going to be number 7, Irvin, trying to defend the inbound from Blaylock. Ball is kicked out over the top to Clark. Bounce pass over to Blaylock. Blaylock puts up the 3 off the side iron. Does not fall. Averett with the defensive board. There's a nice pass into Irvin. Irvin with the bump and shoot. With the bump and shot. And will not fall. She's going to get whistled for the foul. So number 23, Hanez Hutchinson. Hanez Hutchinson in the game for the Cougars. Number 3, Blaylock. Is going to get it over to number 22, Carter. Back to Blaylock, or excuse me, over to Harriman. Little underhand toss over to Blaylock. Blaylock gets it over to number 5, Athey. Athey gets it over to number 22, Logan Carter. So Logan Carter, nice pass over to Blaylock. And it's going to be number 4, Clark. Clark puts up the shot off the top of the backboard. It is going to be a shot clock violation as it did not touch the rim. So Averett will get possession. Harris on the inbound. She's going to feed it off to Kirkland. Kirkland trying to make something happen here, trying to get the Cougars on the board. Been unable to do so over the first 2.5 minutes. Nice bounce pass over to number 4, Prosper. He's going to get it into Harris. Harris driving into the paint. Kicks it back out to number 12, Kirkland. Kirkland with the long ball off the back iron. Virginia Wesleyan with the defensive board. It is going to be number 22, Logan Carter. Ball is given over to Athey. Athey back over to Carter. Carter puts up the 3, does not fall. Harris with the defensive board. Harris gets it over to number 20, Skylar Jones. Kisses that one in off the glass. And it's a 4-2 ball game, or excuse me, 2-2 ball game. Averett going with the press there. And Harris is going to get hit with the foul. Hit with the block. That will be her first foul. 2-2 is your score right now. So number 22, now Corasia Coleman into the game. It's going to be number 3, Clark, or excuse me, number 4. Yes, number 4, Clark. That ball is going to get put up, but I believe it's Prosper is going to get whistled for the foul. Her first personal, team second. And you're going to have number 25, Rihanna Evans, coming in. The sophomore guard out of Greenville, North Carolina, standing in at 5'6". And you're going to have number 21, Jada Norman, going to the line. Does not get her first shot to fall. And I believe it's Norman. Yes, it is. Second shot does fall, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Averett with the quick reset. And look at that, number 22, Coleman with the long ball. Will not fall. Neither team able to get a three-pointer to fall thus far. They have been not shy on taking them, though. Just can't get them to fall. So Virginia Wesleyan with the turnover there. Going to give the ball to the Cougars. Harris inbounds over to number 25, Evans. Evans gets it over to Prosper. Prosper back to Evans. Evans a pass over on the side to number 22, Coleman. Coleman gets it over to Prosper. Prosper gets it over to Evans. Evans inside, trying to get the number there. And, oh, great play there. Great try from number 22, Coleman, on the pass from Hutchinson. But Coleman unable to keep the ball in bounds. Virginia Wesleyan will get the ball. 5:58 left in the first quarter. 3-2 is your score. Number 3, Blaylock, is going to get it over to number 4, Clark. Clark gets it over to number 22, Logan Carter. Carter back over to Blaylock. Blaylock gets it over to number 5, Athey. Gets it over to Blaylock. Blaylock over to number 22, Carter. Shot clock running down in the final 3 seconds. Let's see what happens. Shot does not fall. Averett comes down with the rebound. So Harris driving in a running jump or a running layup. And she gets that one to fall. Gives Averett its first lead of the game at 4-3. Averett going with the half-court press again. This one's going to work as Harris will get the pick. She's going to give it over to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, a quick play down over to number 22, Coleman. Coleman gets it back to Evans. Evans inside to number 23, Hutchinson. Hutchinson, and that ball is going to go off on Virginia Wesleyan, and the Cougars will have possession. So it's going to be number 33, Harriman, into the game for the Marlins. Meanwhile, Taylor Ray and number 14, Brianna Sams, into the game for the Cougars. And we're going to have a timeout here on the court. We are going to take it with them. Averett in front, 4-3, with 4:59 left in the first quarter.
Inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back here to the Grant Center in Danville, Virginia. Averett currently holding a 4-3 lead with 4:59 on the clock. Averett with the inbound. Going to get it over to number 25, Evans. Evans gets it over to Ray. Ray gets it over to Coleman. Coleman back over to Evans. Evans trying to make something happen. Well defended. Shot clock running down. Ball is knocked out. Virginia Wesleyan will take possession. So Blaylock trying to get the ball down the court here. Nice pass over to number 4, Clark. Clark driving in. She's going to put up a layup and gets it to fall. Nice play there by number 4, Clark, the junior guard out of Richmond, Highland Springs High School. 5-4 is your score. Number 2, Coleman. Ray. Number 23, Hutchinson. Hutchinson over to Evans. Evans back over to number 14, Sams. And Coleman with a big three-pointer there. And a nice defensive play. Little bit too much sauce there, though. Foul will be called. Foul is called on Hannes Hutchinson, her first, team fourth. Got number 1, Carmen Moore, coming into the game, the red shirt freshman guard out of Creedmoor, North Carolina. So Desiree Driver here in her third year at Averett definitely has the Cougars moving in the right direction here after a couple of years of not the best recruiting in the world, maybe not some of the best coach. And there's a long three-pointer, will not fall. Averett competing for the defensive board. And number 3, Blaylock, it looks like, will get called. And really didn't see too much behind that one. Maybe a elbow got thrown or something there on the rebound. But either way, Evans will get the ball. Evans gives it over to number 1, Moore. Moore over to Evans. Evans gets it back over to number 22, Coleman. Coleman driving down. It's going to be Evans, and Evans puts it in 9-5. 3:24 now left in the first quarter. And Virginia Wesleyan trying to adapt to this sweltering Averett defense right now. As we've seen it, they have not been afraid to go to that 1-2-2. Ball given out to Blaylock. Blaylock tries to put it up. She is going to draw the foul on her way up. So Averett's gotten out to his biggest lead of the contest so far at 9-5. 3:04 on the clock here in the first quarter. This is the second game of today's doubleheader. It's the Virginia Wesleyan men's team and Averett team, and Averett did battle in ODAC action to open up the doubleheader here. Virginia Wesleyan coming out on top. Number 3, Blaylock. So we'll see if the Marlins can come through here and get the doubleheader sweep, or if the Cougars are going to battle and force a split. Here it would be the second win in a row for the Cougars, as number 3, Blaylock, is going to knock down that free throw. So 9-7. And it's Virginia Wesleyan's turn to get aggressive on defense, and it's going to result in a steal and a Jada Norman bucket. And just like that, Virginia Wesleyan with 4 quick points to knot things up. 9-9 is your score. We're going to take a break with them. 2:55 left. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here once again. 9-9 is your score, as Virginia Wesleyan currently on a 4-0 run after the Cougars took a 9-5 lead. So it's going to be Moore coming in. She's going to get it out to number 14, Sams. And nice defensive play there by number 10, Juliana Anderson, who is into the game. So that's going to result in a jump ball and Virginia Wesleyan possession. So the Marlins on the inbound. It's going to get it over to number 33, Harriman. And Averett on the double team right now of number 10, Anderson, the freshman guard, the hometown kid out of Virginia Beach, Virginia Catholic High School. Beautiful campus Virginia Wesleyan is. And it's going to be Anderson going to the line, looking to give the Marlins the lead. First shot falls. 10-9. So 2:28 here left in the opening quarter. And second shot falls, and it's now 11-9. So Averett on the quick inbound is going to get over to Harris. Harris trying to drive in, is going to kick it out to number 22, Coleman. Does not fall. Averett coming down with the rebound. Evans trying to make something happen. Cannot get it. Virginia Wesleyan with the defensive board. It's going to be number 3, Blaylock. Blaylock trying to drive in. Ball is kicked out to number 21, Norman. Norman with the long 3 will not fall. Blaylock. And Blaylock gets whistled with the travel, giving the ball back to the Cougars with exactly 2 minutes on the clock. So number 11, Jaya Brown into the game for the Cougars. Meanwhile, it's going to be, looks like, I think number 10, Anderson, into the game for the Marlins. There's actually, number 12, Lindsay Taskey, into the game. Harris trying to set something up here for the Cougars. Nice bounce pass inside to Sands, but Sands running out of time. Shot hits the rim to reset the shot clock. That was running down. And it looks like Averett is going to keep possession on this. So Virginia Wesleyan 7 straight points, or 6, excuse me, after falling into a 9-5 hole. So here's the inbound. Ball inside to Sams. Oh, a little bit unlucky is Sams as that one rolled off the front end. Started looking like it was going to take the back route into the basket, but will just roll off the front. A bit unlucky there for Sams. Virginia Wesleyan on the counter now. That ball is going to be kicked out to number 4, Clark. Clark is going to kick it back out to number 22, Carter. Ball is inside. And a great pass from Harriman to number 4, Clark. And talking about teamwork right there, that is something you can tell they've worked on. And that was about as fluid as a well-oiled motor right there. 13-9, 49 seconds. Moore gets it over to Brown. Brown back over to Harris. Harris driving in. Nice shot there on the right-handed floater. Cannot get it to fall. Averett cannot come down with the defensive board. A long pass to switch the court. Shot up. Virginia Wesleyan with the offensive board. Another shot there by number 10, Anderson. Averett comes down with the board. We'll see if Averett plays for last shot here. Harris is going to get it over to Moore. Moore gets it over to number 11, Brown. Brown gets it over to Harris. Harris back over top to Sams. Sams, oh! Sams behind her back. And a beautiful shot there. Desiree Driver is a big fan of Will Smith. And she just got jiggy with that shot right there. A beautiful behind the back layup, and it's number 4, Clark, catches an elbow to the eye. Number 32, Pate, coming into the game. Natasha Pate coming in. 13-11, 4 seconds left. And number 11, Brown comes through with the big steal and layup at the buzzer. And we have got a tie ball game after the first quarter, 13-13. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Averett Sports Network. Started up the second quarter, 13-13, so Averett closes out strong. 4 straight points, and Brown with a steal and bucket on the other end. And we're going to have a couple of first quarter stats for you here so far. So right now, Clark leads Virginia Wesleyan with 4 points. Jada Norman with 3. Athey, Blaylock, Juliana Anderson, each with 2 for the Marlins. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, Courageous Coleman with a team-high 3. Meanwhile, Harris, Hutchison, Evans, Sams, and Brown with 2 points apiece as well. Long shot from downtown does not fall. Over the back charge there. That's going to be number 3, Blaylock, getting the call against her. First team foul. her first personal. So we expected a good game coming into this, and it seems like that is what we're going to get. Just judging by the first 11 minutes, these two teams locked into a 13-13 tie. So number 20, Jones, Harris, Prosper. Prosper driving in. Prosper puts it up. Does not fall, but nice rebound there by number 32, Pate. And 15-13 on that tip-in. And a great steal right there. Averett using that press. Shot goes up, does not fall. But Jaya Brown there with the bucket. And it's now a 17-13 game with 8:41. So seeing Averett use that press here, and it's been effective in spots for the Cougars. And there's a big steal there from number 20, Jones. Jones puts up the layup. She's going to finish it. And 6 quick points here to start the quarter is going to lead to a timeout from Lewis. We're going to take it with them. Averett 17, Virginia Wesleyan 13, 8:27 left in the first half. Virginia Wesleyan 14-4 so far in the second quarter. So Clark, number 10, Anderson, is going to give it over to number 21, Norman. Norman gets it over to number 4, Clark. And shot clock is running down, but it will not matter as the errant pass goes out of bounds. So we're going to have number 23, Hutchison, number 0, Irvin, and number 25, Evans, into the game for the Cougars. So Averett there. They're having, and look at that. And it's going to be number, I'm trying to see who that was. That was number 0, Irvin. Getting up there, 29-17. I got to give a shout out to my truck and camera operator, Miss Zoe Wins. Doing a great job right now, keeping everything up for you. As we have been having some technical difficulties, but it's going to happen when you're doing live sports. It's as guaranteed as death and taxes. And number 33, Harriman, Does a great job of trying to move into the paint. She cannot get her shot to fall, though. So we got 4:01 left in the first half. Averett up 29-17. So far, the Cougars have outscored the Marlins 16-4 this quarter. Most of it due to the incredible press defense. Trap defense the Cougars have been running here. And number 4, Clark with a nice jumper. 29-19, 3:43 now left here in the first half. And look at that, number 21, Norman, coming over the big steal. Great pass over to number 3, Blaylock. That ball is going to get out to number 4, Clark. Clark out to number 21, Norman. It's going to go back to Clark. Clark trying to reset things here. Number 3, Blaylock. Blaylock going up, jumper from the free throw line. And we're going to have a travel called on that. Averett knows, though, that Virginia Wesleyan can come back and turn this game back on its head in a heartbeat, though. And now we see Virginia Wesleyan go into a bit of a press. So it's going to be number 3, Hutchinson. Hutchinson driving down, well defended by Harriman. Hutchinson says, I don't care. She's going to push that one up and in. A 12-point game now, just over 3 minutes. So Carter, a bounce pass over to number 21, Norman. Norman back over to Carter. Carter, number 33, Harriman. Harriman going up. Made you think she was going to shoot there, but she's going to dish it out to Carter. So it's going to be number 21, Norman. So Norman, and it's going to go off of Norman's knee, out for Averett ball. While we got this break in play, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors. I'd like to thank Sounds Unlimited. We're going to number 14, Brandon Sam's coming into the game for the Cougars. We'd like to thank Chick-fil-A, Beacon Credit Union, Goodyear, Enterprise, Robert Woodall, Wilkins and Company, Kickback Jacks, and Taylor Ray with a long ball from the left side. Will not find it. It's going to be number 25, Evans. That shot is up, does not fall. If you're just joining us, it's been all Averett here in the second quarter, as Averett has switched over to a very aggressive trap press defense, and the result has been the Cougars outscoring the Marlins 18-6. And number 3, Blaylock, does a great job moving in there, and she's going to get hit for the charge. It's going to be number 1, Moore, coming into the game. Meanwhile, number 10, Juliana Anderson, coming in for the Marlins. Ray right now with the ball for the Cougars, as she's going to give that one up, though, Virginia Wesleyan. So really things were really going all the way over to Averett there for a while, and still definitely sitting well. The momentum is with the Cougars, but Virginia Wesleyan trying to get some of that momentum back here before the half. Try to get within single digits, or really even tie the game, or try to take the lead here. And number 3, Blaylock, does a good job taking a step in that direction, 31-21 with her jumper. And there's a steal of nice bounce pass. A little bit too quick, though, on the draw are the Marlins. And Ray's going to take a big 3, and she's going to get it. 34-21. 1:16 on the clock here in the first half. We're getting it down to a minute here, and we're going to have a foul. It's going to be called on number 1, Moore. Team second, and it's going to be number 10, Anderson. And I believe number 5, Athey, coming back into the game for the Marlins. Number 21, Norman, on the inbound. She's going to get it over to Athey. Athey gets it over to Blaylock. Number 10, Anderson. Anderson gets it back over to Clark. Clark driving in, puts it up, will not fall. It's going to be collected by number 1, Moore. And Ray, see if she can knock down another big three here. She's unable to, but she will collect her own rebound there. It's going to be a foul too called on Sams. That's Sam's second personal, team third. I'd like to thank this amazing crew here at Averett University. Everything just done to the top notch. Everything done to the tilt, to the tee. And Averett got the double team going right now, so Ray is going to get in there, and she is going to force the jump ball. Of course, the arrow will go to the Marlins, so the Marlins will keep possession, but will break up a potential scoring play there as we are getting down to the final 20 seconds here of this first half. Ball inside to number 22, Carter. Get out to Norman. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a shot clock violation here. I looked down for a second, thought that might have been the end of the first half, but saw the referee pat his head. And we all know what that means. So time running down. Ball is given out to number 12, Kirkland. And Kirkland is going to put up a desperation attempt. It was on target, just not enough. So ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the half. Second quarter has been all Averett. And the Cougars take a 34-21 lead going into the break. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network.
University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
The big difference as Averett went to its press trap defense there towards the middle of the second quarter, and it paid dividends, and this is why it's why they hold a double-digit lead right now. So let's see if they can keep that up. We know that Wesleyan is more than capable of putting together a comeback of its own and making things interesting. So we'll see how it goes. So Blaylock's going to get it over to number 4, Clark. Clark inside to number 3, Harriman. Harriman puts the shot up, misses. Pate coming down with the rebound. Going to get over to number 12, Amori. Kirkland, shot does not fall, and the rebound went to Harriman at first, but it was going to be Kirkland came back, hustled, tried to get it, but she's going to get called for the foul. So we're going to have number 5, Athey, and number 10, Anderson into the game for the Marlins here. 7:16 left in the third quarter. 40-21 is your score. And it's going to be number 10, Juliana Anderson. Anderson's going to get it over to number 22, Carter. Carter's shot does not fall. Prosper comes down with the rebound. Number 1, Carmen Moore with the quick reset. She gets it out to number 12, Kirkland. Kirkland trying to drive in. Kirkland over the top pass to Pate. Pate finishes. And that was a beautiful display of teamwork right there between Kirkland and Pate. As Kirkland found Pate, saw her, and delivered a near perfect pass over to her. And that's going to be number 3, Blaylock, with a shot. Does not fall. Averett comes down with the defensive board. Quick reset. Pate once again on the bounce pass. And she is going to draw the foul. Also, her shot gets stuck in between the rim. You got to love it when that happens. And here comes the fun process of trying to get it down in 2 attempts. Not bad at all. As I've seen them be a lot more stubborn than that, trying to get down. So Pate at the line here. Her first attempt through 43-21. And once again, got to give a shout out to this whole Averett University crew. Do such a great job. Second shot does not fall. And we're going to have a foul there on the Cougars. Number 4, Talia Prosper, the senior guard out of Manassas, Virginia. Went to Miller School in nearby Albemarle County, up there near Charlottesville. Miller, a lot of great basketball played up there, a lot of great sports played up there, period. Multiple state championships in baseball, state championships in basketball, and just a really great staff up there. And number 4, Clark, driving to the basket, the junior guard out of Richmond, Virginia, the state capital. And she's going to put herself in the center of the action with a bucket, and it's 43-23. So Prosper, that ball is tried to find Pate on the inside. Great defensive play there by the Marlins to knock it away. Trying to counter, unable to land the punch though. Shot does not fall. Looks like Ray and Evans are going to be checking back into this one. So Pate puts up the shot off the right side of the glass, misses. A quick reset there, a long pass down to Anderson. Anderson puts up the shot, gets it to fall. 43-25 is your score. So it looks like number 11, Meadow Dyke, and number 33, Grace Harriman, are going to check into the game for the Cougars, or for the Marlins. And we're going to have a walk on that. So we got Ray Evans, Hutchinson. We got a platoon change here coming for the Cougars. Number 13, Emma Jones, into the game. Meanwhile, Blaylock back in. Excuse me, it was actually Meadow Dyke into the game. Excuse me. So number 10, Juliana Anderson, trying to make something happen there. Driving down, she is going to draw the foul, though. On 32, Natasha Pate. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. We are going to take it with them right now. Averett in control, 43-25, 4:57 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grant Center. 43-25 is your score in favor of the Cougars. And that's going to be number 33, Harriman, making a great move to the basket there. She's unable to find it, though. So Averett is going to get whistled for a foul. So 43-25 is your score. 4:45 left in the third quarter. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Averett Sports Network. We do apologize for the few technical difficulties we have been having, and there is a long ball attempt from number 10, Anderson. And she will find nothing but Febreze there on that one. So 4:33 now, but who's counting? So number 13, Emma Jones. Emma Jones gets it over to number 23, Hutchinson. And really, I've said it before, but the difference in this one has been the Cougars' trap defense, that press. It frustrated Virginia Wesleyan there at the end of the second quarter. Helped the Cougars to a bunch of points. I'll get there, don't worry. And really set the momentum there for the Cougars going into the break. And Virginia Wesleyan has been valiantly trying to chip away, get back into this one, but so far just have not found the rhythm. And number 10, Anderson, comes up. She can't get it to fall. Pate comes down with the board. And we're going to have a foul on number 10, Anderson. And really one thing that's hurting Virginia Wesleyan right now, too, is Averett has got a good amount of size out there right now between Pate and number 13, Emma Jones. Jones standing in at 6 feet, and then Pate coming in at 6'2". And Jones gets it over to number 20, Skylar Jones. So Jones gets it over to Evans. So Evans back over to Jones. Jones gets it over to Hutchinson. Into Ray. Ray with the running jumper. Will not fall. That's going to be number 5, Athey, with the rebound. 3.5 on the clock. I think we're going to see number 20, Skylar Jones, come in for the Cougars. Mason Blaylock. And it's going to be number 10, Juliana Anderson, putting up a long three. Does not fall. Ray is going to get hit with the foul. And number 20, Skylar Jones, checking in for the Cougars. And I got to give Blaylock's parents a shout out. Awesome spelling of this young lady's name, by the way. Maesyn. You got to respect originality, and they definitely had it with that name. Jaden Norman and Logan Carter will be checking in for the Marlins, along with number 4, Michaela Clark. Mostly out of Virginia are the Marlins' players. Blaylock out of Yorktown, Clark out of Richmond, Athey out of Fredericksburg, Anderson out of Virginia Beach. We're going to have Sands back into the game. Dyke out of Chesapeake, Taskey out of Yorktown. Jaden Norman out of Chesterfield. Carter out of Richmond. Madison Smith out of Salem. And Olivia Riddick out of Suffolk. I know some people down there that would put me up against the wall for mispronouncing that, just like Norfolk. So there's the Cougars on the inbound. Sam's trying to avoid the travel, and she's going to be unable to do that. And so it's going to be number 21, Jaden Norman now on the inbound out of Monacan High School, out of Chesterfield. Go past there quite a bit, visiting my brother on the way into town. So number 3, Blaylock. And number 4, Michaela Clark puts up a layup, gets it to fall, and she's going to get the and one bucket, or and one attempt too, after drawing the foul. So 16 points. So Virginia Wesleyan refusing to, and so we're going to have number 0, Jenkins Irvin, come in for the Cougars. But and number 4, Clark at the line. Forgot what I was going to say there. Got to dish out a lot of words in the course of our broadcast. Ball out on Virginia Wesleyan. Averett ball. But no, Virginia Wesleyan, I just got it. Virginia Wesleyan not going away. As you see the press there, and it's going to draw a foul. Number 11, Meadow Dyke, getting called for, or no, excuse me, not Dyke. Dyke is not in the game currently. Thought I saw number 11, but I was definitely wrong on that. So right now we got Evans. Evans trying to get the ball around. It's a nice pass inside to Irvin. Irvin tried to make something happen. Can't. Well defended. Averett will commit the turnover there. So it's going to be number 21, Norman, coming down. And Norman is going to get hit with the charge. Her second personal, 4th team. 2:23 left in the third quarter. And a great defensive effort there by Blaylock. Unable to come down with it, though. And that's going to be Jones. Can't get it to fall. Virginia Wesleyan. Ball is going to get kicked over to number 21, Norman. Inside to number 4, Clark. And Clark will get the bucket. And she will go to the line after drawing the foul. So 2 minutes now. And we've got a timeout. We're going to take it with them here. Averett up 43-29. 2 minutes left to go in the third.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
So number 4, Michaela Clark, going to the line. First shot up and in. So 43-32, Virginia Wesleyan. And we see the press coming into effect here. Let's see if it's going to see how it's going to affect the Cougars. Harris over to Prosper. And we have seen that a lot from these two teams today. And that's a sign of one thing, that you have two well-conditioned programs competing. And Harris is going to draw the foul there. Foul is on number 22, Logan Carter. And Harris is going to go to the line. Wesleyan currently on a 4-0 run to trim this thing down with 4-1 now to trim it down to 44-32. The Marlins did trail by as many as 16. There comes the second shot, and it goes in. 45-32 now, minute and a half left in the third quarter here. And I know I've said it a bunch, but can't really say it enough. Thank you very much for tuning in here tonight. Keeping your dial locked with us. It is much, much appreciated. And there's a shot from number 10, Anderson, that does not fall. Averett with the defensive rebound. Harris now trying to get the ball down the court. We're now under a minute here in the third quarter. So Harris gets it out over there on the wing. Some nice moves right there by number 20, Jones. And jump ball, and it's going to go with Virginia Wesleyan. So Jones showing some nice moves there before putting up a shot that just was not meant to be. So here we are. We are getting down here in the final moments, and we got a foul drawn there. Didn't see much there. Jones is going to get whistled, and that is going to send Juliana Anderson to the line. So we've had two good games here. First shot goes in, number 10, Anderson. So Anderson now with her second attempt. And it falls. So we've now got a 45-34 ball game, 36 seconds. Number 12, Kirkland is going to get it over to Jones. Jones trying to drive in. Ball is knocked away by number 3, Blaylock. Averett, though, with the quick strip. Prosper. That ball is going to get knocked back court. Picked up by Virginia Wesleyan. And number 4, Clark, went up for the layup. She does draw the foul. Just narrowly missed a big play there. As if she could have gotten that shot to fall and drawn the foul. Wesleyan had a chance to pull this one within 8. Instead, they will get a chance to pull it within 10 here. And that's exactly what the Marlins will do. It's number 4, Clark, now looking to trim the deficit down to 9. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Things have gone a little bit more favorable for the Marlins here in the third quarter. Second shot falls. And 16 seconds now. Averett entered the half with a 34-21 lead. Since then, here in the third quarter, the Marlins have outscored the Cougars 15-11 to get this one down within single digits. And tip your hat to this Virginia Wesleyan team. And number 10, Anderson, with a running jumper to cap off the quarter and close this one to 7. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the final quarter. We're going to take a quick break here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back. Averett up 45-38. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 49-38 is the score. Number 3, Blaylock checking into the game. Excuse me, give me a second to catch my breath. I just had to run back up the stairs, and I'm not as young as I once was. And so number 25, Evans, is going to knock down a layup there, 51-38. He's going to push this one back to 13. Virginia Wesleyan with a stupendous third quarter. To get back within this one, number 3, Blaylock, is going to put up a shot, make it an 11-point game. Wesleyan trail by as many as 16 in the third quarter. Evans puts up a jumper, tries to bank it in, a little bit too much on it. And Evans is going to have a collision there with number 3, Blaylock. Hope she is okay. Looks like she is. And a great pass over the top inside. Would you look at that? Is Harriman. And that was a great feed right over Averett's defense. And we see Wesleyan going back with the press. It's been able to frustrate Averett. Shot does not fall. Virginia Wesleyan with the rebound. Evans doing a great job of playing D there without drawing the foul. Number 4, Clark. Bounce pass from number 33, Harriman. And there's a long ball, does not fall. Great rebound there by Clark. And Clark is going to draw the foul. So, ladies and gentlemen, this game is far, far from over. And so we're going to have number 5, Althea, checking into the game. We're also going to have number 1, Moore, and number 22, Coleman, coming into the game for the Cougars. Also, Natasha Pate coming in for the Cougars as well. So Pate out of Winston-Salem, about an hour and a half, about 90 miles down the road from Danville. So not too far away is Pate. And here come the first attempts from number 4, Clark. First one is off the front iron. Will not fall. So in a game like this, it's often going to come down to rebounding and free throw shooting. So let's see what's going to happen here. Here is the second attempt from Clark. That shot falls, and it's now 51-43. So we're going to have number 10, Anderson, coming into the game for the Marlins. Well played game between these two teams here today. Virginia Wesleyan keeping 3 back in a press D right there. So Evans is going to draw herself a foul. And it's going to be called against number 10, Anderson. That is Anderson's 3rd, team first for the quarter. So excuse me, Pate puts it up. Excuse me there, Natasha. Pate with the bucket. It's now a 10-point game. 6:52. We've got number 3, Blaylock, driving in. She's going to get it to fall. And it's back to 8, back to single digits. And so it's going to be number 20, Jones. Going to get it over to number 25, Evans. So Evans gets it back over to number 20, Jones, into Pate. And Pate's going to put that one up there. And it's now a 10-point game again. And it's going to be number 10, Anderson. She is going to be stripped. Evans trying to pass, well defended there by number 33, Harriman. So we're going to have number 4, Clark, checking into the game for Virginia Wesleyan. Number 22, Coleman, into the game for the Cougars. So it's going to be number 21, Norman, puts up a shot, in and out. Nice defensive rebound there by Evans. Evans trying to get the ball back down here. And she's not going to be able to get away with that one. And just a little bit of a mental breakdown right there by Evans will lead to a turnover. So Harriman back into the game for number 22, Logan Carter. So Clark on the inbound. She will get it over to Harriman. Harriman gets it back over to Clark. And it's going to be number 33, Harriman. She's a nice bounce pass over to Blaylock. And once again, Virginia Wesleyan within 8. And it's going to be number 22, Coleman. Coleman's going to give it off to Evans. Evans taking her time, trying to set it up like a good guard. She's going to get it over there to number 22, Coleman. Going to have to make something happen here soon. Coleman gets over to Moore, and Moore misses a big three-point attempt right there. Looking to try to get the Cougars' lead back to double digits. It's number 4, Clark puts it up, and it is now a 6-point game with 5 minutes on this clock. And the momentum has been with the Marlins here in the second half. And number 22, Coleman, goes up for the attempt, swatted away. So we're going to have number 12, Kirkland, and 14, Sams into the game for the Cougars. And we've got a timeout on the court. We're going to stay with you for this one. 4:53 remaining. Averett on top, 55-49. As I mentioned, it has been Virginia Wesleyan's half here so far, as the Marlins entered the second half facing a 13-point deficit. They have outscored Averett 28 to 21 here in the second half. And it has allowed Wesleyan to stick around in this one. The Marlins did trail, as I mentioned earlier. The Marlins have trailed by as many as 16. But tremendous grit, tremendous mental tenacity here from the Marlins to stay in this one and make it quite the competitive ball game. And so we'll see how things finish off here. Once again, we'll just like to thank everybody here at Averett University for their help today, for having me on. It's always fun coming over here and getting to broadcast some ball games, win or lose. Sands with the turnaround jumper, will not fall. Pate with the rebound is going to put it back up. 57-49, 4:43 left in the ball game. It's going to be number 3, Blaylock. Blaylock's going to get that one over to number 21, Norman. Back to Blaylock, over to number 4, Clark. And that ball is going to be tossed out of bounds. Almost took out the legs of the camera right there. We definitely do not want that happening. We've had enough technical difficulties. And that ball is going to be out on Virginia Wesleyan, once again going to Averett. But as I mentioned, Zoe Wins has done a great job here of making sure that we're staying on the air. Getting the assist from Drew Wilson, Director of Athletics Communications over here. I believe that is what he's called now. The Sports Information Director when I was over here. And we've got a press going once again here from the Marlins. Best way to break that press, definitely. And Kirkland's going to put it up there. And look at that. Number 1, Carmen Moore, comes bounding in out of nowhere. Grabs that offensive board, puts it back up. 59-49. So Virginia Wesleyan here trying to stick around. Shot clock running down. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. That is going to be number 4, Clark. Clark puts up a shot, will not fall. And Virginia Wesleyan, it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go with Averett. As Sams And we've got number 10, Anderson, coming into the game for the Marlins. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, you have missed a fun one, especially here in the second half. Especially if you like press defense, as both teams have showed theirs off here tonight. And look at that, speaking of defense, Blaylock breaking in, a great steal, great concentration to slow the game down, let it come to her, finish things off for the East to West Coast layup. And it's going to lead Driver to a timeout. 59-51 is the score. 3:21 left to go in this contest. Once again, we're going to stick around here with you. I hope you don't mind. Hopefully you're not tired of hearing my voice yet. I know I get tired of hearing it sometimes. But kind of poses a problem when it's what I get paid to do is talk. Which is something that I'm very good at doing. Probably about my only real skill. So number 22, Coleman, on the inbound. She's going to get it over to number 20, Jones. So number 12 now, Kirkland. The ball is going to get over to Moore. Nice passing there. Sams puts up the jumper. Pate. And Pate doing what she has done all night, using that height to get those second chance opportunities for herself and the Cougars. And it is now a 10-point game. A nice shot there from Harriman will not fall. Once again, a kerfuffle for the ball. Averett coming down with the Sams. And we're going to have a jump ball. This one is going to go with the Marlins. So we're going to have Harris, Jones, Moore, and Hutchinson back into the game for the Cougars. We're going to have number 23, Cora Barger, into the game for the Marlins. Coming out of Dallas, Georgia, East Paulding High School. So here come the Marlins on the inbound, 61-51. This has been a fun one here tonight. It's been a fun evening all around. Fun evening of ODAC action as the men's kicked us off here for the evening. A close loss to the Marlins. And this one yet to be determined. But if it stays the way it is, Averett is going to put together its first winning streak of the season. Averett started its season with a solid showing in the opening three quarters against Christopher Newport. Didn't close things out, though, in the fourth. Christopher Newport won 91-66. And first basket is good there from number 33, Harriman. 61-52. Harriman's second attempt is good. She's dos para dos. 61-53. And Virginia Wesleyan once again using its aggressive brand of defense. So Prosper gets it over to number 12, Kirkland. Kirkland gets it back to Prosper. Prosper driving in. That ball is picked off by number 10, Anderson. And that foul is going to be charged to Skylar Jones out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So let's get real time here. 2:10 left, 61-53. And that is going to be Anderson with the long three. Doesn't find pay dirt. And we're going to have a foul whistled on the play. Mason Blaylock getting whistled. In the closing minutes of this one. And we once again, back for the Marlins, excuse me. And it's going to be number 12, Kirkland. And it's going to get it over to number 20, Jones, who's going to draw the foul. Anderson is now fouled out. Picks up her 5th one of the evening. And Jones's attempt goes through. So we're going to have number 5, Athey, checking into the game. Looks like it for the Marlins anyway. She is at the table. You've got number 4, Michaela Clark, who actually it's going to be Clark checking into the game. Clark took the elbow to the eye earlier in the contest. There in the first quarter, looking like she was just kind of checking up on it, making sure that nothing had gotten out of control. And so here's Jones's attempt. Off the front iron, will not fall. Rebound collected by Harriman. Now Averett going back to his press, and look at Harris. Harris comes out of nowhere. Say, call me the breeze. And look at that quick passing. Prosper puts up the 3, and ooh, a little bit unlucky there, Harris. As that was quick corner-to-corner passing there from the Cougars. And another great pass from Harris to number 12, Kirkland. And that was just a perfect read there. They knew where each other were going to be, got where they needed to be, and Kirkland will finish things off. And that's going to be an 11-point game now. So we got number 33, Harriman, puts up a shot. She's going to get it to fall down to 9. And we're going to have a deficit, or excuse me, we're going to have a timeout on the court. And we're actually going to take it with them this time. Averett 64, Virginia Wesleyan 55. 55.4 seconds left in this one. We'll be right back from the Grand Center.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're back after I grabbed the wrong headset. So Averett on the inbound. And so here comes the marathon. That is the final minute of a close basketball game. 64-55, 53.6 seconds. Foul on the play. Averett will not go to the line. It was not shooting. They are not in the bonus yet. And we're going to have another one right there. That's going to be number 22, Logan Carter. That is Carter's 2nd foul of the game. 5th for the Marlins. And it's going to send Coleman to the line here. Or no, excuse me, going to send Kirkland to the line. Kirkland's first shot does not fall. See what she can do with the second attempt. And second attempt will go through. And it's now 65-55 with 48 seconds here. Number 21, Norman. Norman, a quick pass over to number 3, Blaylock. Blaylock drives with the running jumper, gets it to fall. Running layup there, 65-57. Virginia Wesleyan once again in its trap. Nice bounce pass there to Pate, but she's going to get hit with a walk. the senior center out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 65-57 is your score. 29.1 seconds left to go in this one. And there's a running layup attempt there by Norman. Does not fall. Averett with the rebound. So we're getting down here into the final 10 seconds. We'll see if Wesleyan is going to try to foul or maybe just try to run this one down. I think probably just try to run it down. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And the Averett University Cougars have made it 2 in a row with a 65-57 win over Virginia Wesleyan. Once again, would love to give a big shout out to Zoe Wins for doing a great job keeping us online here tonight. She definitely faced some problems, quite a few of them throughout. Kept her head together, and that's what you got to do when you find yourself in those type of situations. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of myself and the rest of the Averett University staff, we would like to thank you for joining in for tonight's game. We'll catch you the next time here on the Averett Sports Network.